Morning, Mr. Lee. Uh,
Good morning. How are you?
Laverne, please unmute yourself.
I thought I had done that. Okay, thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank you for joining ABRA's roll call hearings being conducted via WebEx online. My name is Laverne Fletcher, conducting the roll call hearing as the board's agent. I'm calling case number 21PRO00014. This is Bazard Corporation, trading as Lee's Liquor Store, 2329 Pennsylvania Avenue Southeast, license number ABRA 095751. This is a retailer Class A license transfer to a new location from 2329 Pennsylvania Avenue Southeast to one second, please. From 2339 Pennsylvania Avenue Southeast to 2329 Pennsylvania Avenue Southeast. And who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Kevin Lee. I'm attorney for the Lee's Liquor, the matter of the protest.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Would you please spell your name for the record?
Yeah, my name is last name Lee, first name Kyunghwan.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Lee, will the applicant be joining you today?
No, he will, but he said he will, but I didn't see the passport today. But
Okay.
his agent is present, as I saw the list. Yeah.
Okay, well, we can proceed without him, of course, because you're here.
Okay.
Thank you. Present on behalf of ANC 8A. Ms. Brown?
So I'm 7B.
You're 7B?
Yes, I'm 7B. 8A, I believe, is, oh God, Ms. Muhammad, Commissioner Muhammad.
Yes.
I
don't see her present.
The commissioner is still trying to get on.
Okay, we'll wait a moment. Thank you.
Because I'm still trying to get on my computer, so that's why I hopped on my phone, because my computer is doing something a little tricky. It's still doing it.
Thank you.
Good morning. This is Commissioner Thompson.
Good morning, Mr. Thompson.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was a word I didn't think you could hear me. I'm representing ANC 8A, actually 8A03, S&D, and the ANC.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Would you spell your name for the record, please? First and last name.
Brian, Brian, Thompson, Thompson. And can I
Thank
also
you.
point out, I had issues using the web app as well to get into this meeting, so that's why I'm on my phone.
Maybe there was some technical issues today. My computer was a little slow, but I was able to get in. Did you have any trouble, Mr. Lee, getting in? Just curious.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, it's a normal.
Thank you. Ms. Brown, would you spell your name for the record, please?
Sure. Tiffany Brown, Tiffany, middle initial L, Brown, BROWN. I am the chair of ANC 7B, where Lee's Liquor Store is.
Thank you very much. ANC 7B does have standing as a protestant. ANC 8A has standing as a protestant as an affected ANC. It appears that the boundaries touch. The boundaries of ANC 7B and the boundaries of ANC 8A touch based on the DC Geographic Information System. And so that means that ANC 8A is an affected ANC and also have standing as a protestant.
Can I have a question?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, it's official code 25601, standing to the file protest. As one of them is an affected ANC, but my client keeps saying that ANC 8A is far away, and even though it's abutting the boundary line with 7B, but especially I just look at the map the ABC board created, and there is no school and nothing, and 400 the boundary, 400 feet radius boundary. So you still, I want to know they have a standing to file protest or not, even though it's affected the ANC. What's the definition of affected? All right, it's not related to anything, school or rec center or the other stuff, park, and then you know what I'm saying.
I do. Thank you, Mr. Lee. And that's a very important question. And the regulations aren't crystal clear on that question. If you want, you may request further explanation from the ABC board, and the ABC board can respond to your question. We can do a couple of things. I can, because there's a question related to ANC 8A, Mr. Lee, but not a question related to ANC 7B. What I can do today, I can grant standing to ANC 7B.
No, it's ANC 8A.
I'm saying I can grant standing to ANC 7B.
Yeah, that's correct.
And for ANC 8A, I can grant conditional standing, not full standing, just conditional, pending the board's response to your question.
Okay.
And so, Mr. Lee, beyond today, will you, in writing, ask the board to clarify the definition of an affected ANC?
Okay.
And I understand your question, I just can't respond to it.
All right.
And so, Mr. Thompson, do you understand how we're going to proceed?
I do. To help clarify, during the ABRA training, we were told that one of the conditions was to be within 500 feet of the affected business, and ANC 8A is basically the opposite side of the block from the street facing front of this business.
Can you repeat that?
So this business is on Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yes.
And the ANC, as an affected ANC, has to be within 500 feet of the affected business or on the boundary line. And the opposite side of this block from Pennsylvania Avenue is the 8A boundary.
Okay, thank you.
So,
yes,
additional question is, cross the street as a boundary line started from the ANC 8A?
So south of Pennsylvania Avenue, the next street to the south of that, I forget the name of the street, but that's the boundary for 8A. So all of the businesses along Pennsylvania Avenue are ANC 7, and at 25th Street, the split between 7 and 8, Ward 7 and Ward 8, curves up 25th Street. I think White Place is a slight bend in that, and I'm forgetting the name of the street behind, but on the other side of the name of that street is ANC, it's Ward 8, but also ANC 8A. And as far as the school, there's a daycare, 2 storefronts over that is licensed and open, as well as Boone Elementary School is also within 500 feet of the liquor store. And that's a DCPS school.
Okay, I personally go there and take a look after local hearing between mediation.
Oh, you haven't been to the neighborhood?
No, I've been there because my office is nearby. So I know the area.
Okay.
So after roll call,
Okay.
and then I wanted to go there and to see and talk with my client first, and then we'll find out.
Awesome. Okay.
All right, thank you.
And just so that you know, my review of the map that I created via the DC Geographic Information System was in line with what you said, Mr. Thompson. But I don't have the final word if there is any objection to anything that I say related to standing. The ABC board would have to make the final decision. And so, Mr. Thompson, I'm going to grant conditional standing to ANC 8A to give Mr. Lee an opportunity to visit the area. And if he still has concerns, an opportunity to bring this issue to the matter of the ABC board and have the board decide whether or not ANC 8A has standing. Any questions about that?
And Mr. Lee is the, I guess, hired representative, legal representative for Lee's Liquor?
Legal representative for applicant. Lease
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't get your full name, sir.
What's your question? This question to me?
Yes, I didn't get your full name.
Your full name?
My full name?
A full name.
Yeah.
You can call me Kevin Lee, Kevin, last name Lee.
Okay, it's awesome. Thank you, Mr. Lee.
Yeah. And also, I just in case, I want to know your contact information, because on the letter it said Mr. Muhammad, but it's not your name, so I don't have your contact information. So would you send it to Mr. Fletcher so they relay to me, and then once I go there, it might to contact you. It's okay.
Holly Muhammad is the chair of ANC 8A. I'm a commissioner. I am not an officer of the ANC. She's still the official point of contact, though we're both in the protest letter. We both were listed as points of contact for this issue.
So,
And Ms.
okay.
I was going to say, Brian Thompson is also a designated representative in this case, in addition to Ms. Muhammad. And in terms of a contact email address, Mr. Thompson, you and Ms. Muhammad share the same email address. You don't have a separate one?
Yeah, hers is 8A01 and mine is 8A03, and both are at anc.dc.gov.
Okay, so what's your email address again, Mr. Thompson?
8A03. at anc.dc.gov.
Isn't that the same as Miss Mohammed?
No, ma'am.
So what is hers?
8A01 at anc.dc.gov.
Okay, so you're 03 and she's 01. Did you get that, Mr. Lee?
Yeah, would you email me his contact phone number?
I will.
Yeah,
I will.
and that way, if I go there, I might contact him and to talk on the street. It's okay. Yeah, I might
Okay.
call him if he's available.
All right, I will do that.
Ms. Fletcher, I have a question.
Yes.
So is the question with 8A having standing because of their proximity to the location, or is it what they're protesting?
It's not what they're protesting.
Oh,
It's the proximity to the location. Am I right
okay.
about that, Mr. Lee?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I will go on record saying that they are 400 feet. I mean, Minnesota Avenue on the opposite side of the street going up.
Yes, they're right across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking. Oh, I'm sorry. It's
Yeah,
wrong.
so,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so your ANC and the coastal street is ANC 8A. That's correct.
That's correct.
And
Not across Pennsylvania Avenue, across Minnesota Avenue, which is 400 feet. It's within the boundary.
No, it's not a 400 feet radius for the ANC. It's for another restriction.
Oh yeah, for another. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's the boundary.
So
I'm sorry. That's the school.
Rules that just affected the ANC. So I'm just to make it clear, it's affected means because my client keeps saying that ANC 8A is far away, not connected to their new location. So you saying and then Mr. Thompson say that it's affected because across the street, right?
Yes, across
Okay.
Minnesota Avenue, not across Pennsylvania Avenue.
So Minnesota Avenue, not across the bridge or anything, just across the street. Okay. So that's why probably after roll call between mediation, I'll myself go there and talk with Mr. Thompson and my client and take a look at that area. So
So you can look at ANC maps up online.
I just look at the ANC map and it's not clear because the map is just so small. And then, but I just found that ANC 7A and then ANC 8A is abutting, so touch each other. So that's
How
why.
about this? ANC 8A and ANC 7B are in opposite or adjoining jurisdictions to the wards they're a part of. Since Ward 7 and Ward 8 have adjoining boundaries, they're the two ANCs on opposite sides of that ward boundary.
Okay. So that I thought that if I raise the question based on my client said, and it's a kind of ANC 8A model of proof that ANC 8A is affected ANC. So that's what I'm asking to the Mr. Pratcher today.
Okay, and so Mr. Lee, once you take a look, you can decide if you're going to have the ABC board to clarify, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, that's great.
And so we'll proceed at this point with ANC 7B having standing and ANC 8A having conditional standing only because that question is pending.
Okay.
But we'll proceed to schedule the mediation. And I'm going to give you some available dates. Just 1 second. The next day available for mediation is Monday, March 29 at 10:30, pretty much anytime up until 2:00 p.m. That's on the 29th, if that day is good for everyone.
I have a full of schedule March, so we can move on anytime April. Can we?
Anytime in April?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
I have a couple of hearing and the trial before that, so I'm sorry.
No problem. What about Thursday, April 1 or Friday, April 2?
I prefer Friday. That's a good Friday.
Yeah, it is.
What time?
Same thing, anytime between 10 and 2.
I myself prefer 11, but I'm not sure my client is okay with that.
Right?
So that's not the best day for me. Your client is on the line, I see.
Yes, I see that.
That is not the better day for me, but I could make
We can
something work.
we'll choose a different day.
Okay. That's my personal schedule, so that's why I'm just talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, would the first be better for you, Ms. Brown, or a day the following week?
The following week is probably better.
What about, we can do April 5, that's a Monday at 11:30. We can keep moving.
Would that work? Because there's also I have another roll call hearing that day. Is that the only
Oh, yeah,
one?
you do. So you would have, yeah, so your roll call hearing is at 10. Is that with Martha's Market?
Yes.
So your roll call hearing is at 10. We can still do the mediation at 11:30, or we can just move it to another day.
That day is
Can-
fine. The 5th is fine. I can just juggle my my caseload around.
Yeah. How about 11:30? It's better for you because I have the same schedule today. I have 11:30 mediation, so.
That's fine.
How about Mr. Thompson? Is it okay?
Does that work for you,
No,
Mr.
that's not
Thompson?
looking good for me.
Okay.
So honestly, I need to physically be in the office for my day job, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of that week.
Okay.
I
Monday,
was going to
Wednesday,
step
and
out to the
Friday.
car to do the other hearing that we have that day, but I can't take large chunks of the day off.
Oh, that's okay. What about April the 8th? That's that Thursday.
I'm okay.
So, Tuesday, Thursday. Yeah, April 8th would work.
Would that work for you, Ms. Brown?
Yeah, I can make that day work. What time?
11:30, Mr. Lee?
I'm okay. 11 or 11:30 doesn't matter.
Do you have a preference, Ms. Brown, for 11 or 11:30?
I'll do 11. 11 is better.
11. So Mr. Lee, your client he's on the line, he's muted.
Yeah. Would you ask him, Daniel?
He's muted. He would need to unmute himself.
Yes, no problem.
Okay. So it's a Thursday, April 8th, 11 o'clock.
11.
Okay.
That works for you too, Mr. Thompson?
Not the time. That afternoon would work, but I actually have a work responsibility that morning.
Well, that's okay. I mean, we'll keep looking at the calendar until we find a date that works for everybody. So April 8th in the afternoon works on this end, but if that doesn't work for everyone else, then we would be moving to the week of April 12th. So I'm available anytime on April 8th, at 1 or 2 in the afternoon would work on this end, or we could move it to the next week.
So can we do 2 o'clock that day? Is that good for you, Commissioner Thompson?
I believe so, yeah. 2 o'clock would work.
What about you, Mr. Lee?
I'm okay with the Tuesday 8, 2 o'clock, you said, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm
Yes.
okay with that. How about the Danny? Are you okay?
Yes. Yep. it's
Okay.
good.
Okay. Then the media, good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
Okay, so mediation is set for Thursday, April 8th at 2 o'clock. Okay, thank you. I'm going to send you an email with the date of the status hearing. I believe that date has already been set. I don't have it with me at this moment, but in just a little while, I'll send you the status hearing date for the status hearing date.
Okay. Can I ask Ms. Brown and Mr. Thompson? It would be better before scheduled mediation day, if you have any suggestion or proposal, then I will review and we talked at the mediation. That way we expedite the whole process. If they are ready for any agenda, we can discuss that at mediation.
Okay. So
You have
since,
my email, right?
Can you
I'll
send
look.
that request in writing, sir?
But would you say again? I can hear you well.
Can you send that request in writing? I'd like to keep this dialogue, have some form of transcript of our dialogue.
It's not the writing things. If anything suggested from your agency before mediation, we can review and we can talk at the mediation. Because most of the time, most of the case, we just meet at the mediation and start talking about what's your agency concern or something like that. So we set a schedule for second mediation. So to expedite the whole process, if you suggest me or propose something before mediation, then we can start to talk at the mediation right away.
Well, no, I think it's a fair request. I'd just like for you to email that so that we know when and how the dialogue started, and we can have a record of what was discussed or what's going to be discussed as we go through mediation. You have our email
Mr. Thompson, Mr. Thompson, this is just an option that you have. Some parties like to discuss what the issues are prior to mediation, and so you're just one step ahead during the mediation process. And I understand what you're saying. You're asking Mr. Lee to write that down. So Mr. Lee, you can write that down if you want. It's up to you.
It's not
Thompson,
it's not required. So I'm just.
It's not a requirement. But what you may also do, Mr. Thompson, you may also just think about, what your concerns are and just wait and discuss those during mediation. I'll leave that up to Mr. Lee in terms of whether or not he writes it, but it's not unusual that the parties discuss the issues prior to mediation. So that's kind of normal. It's helpful, but I also understand why you want it in writing.
I totally agree that that's efficient and smart to do. I'm just asking that we have the dialogue. I don't need it to be certified mail. I'm just talking about an email.
And what do you want the email you want the email asking you to consider to write down what the concerns are and how you would like to see them resolved? I'm just trying to make sure that Mr. Lee understands what it is you would be asking him to write if he chooses to write it down.
I mean, just a regular standard email. Hi, this is Kevin Lee, representing Lee's Liquors. We have an upcoming ABRA roll call hearing, and we would like to discuss the issues ahead of time so that we can have a productive meeting during the roll call. The status meeting. Please provide your concerns, etc.
No, actually,
Okay.
at this moment, I'm just suggest it's okay. We'll talk at the mediation. That's okay. Just for policy, I'm just, if you have any proposal things, and then you can provide me.
Well,
If
no,
not,
I'll respond with the ideas.
We don't know.
I'll respond, and actually the ANC will respond with thoughts on what we can discuss or what we can make headway on prior to the hearing. To the meeting. But like I said, you'll ask me for suggestions, and we'll provide suggestions. We'll just do it by email.
Well, let's just appear for mediation on April the 8th at 2:00, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Awesome.
Any other questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Anything else, Ms. Brown?
Nope.
Then I will see you on April 8th at 2:00.
All right.
Thank you. I'm sorry about the confusion. It's okay.
No,
Yeah.
there's no confusion. I think we know where we're going from here.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Thompson. See you on April 8th at 2:00.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, the roll call hearing is concluded. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.